ahead and go. The dodge roll is the heart of Souls-like's defense. The secret is iframes. Iframe invincibility frames. Kind of a mouthful, but that's the idea. For a slice in the middle of the roll, you literally cannot be hit. So a well-timed dodge passes you straight through an attack. Now watch the window in the graphic. Roll too early or too late, and you still eat the hit. Timing is everything. Go into the next part. All right, so for our next step, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the roll state, or dodge state in our case, because this is the dodge animation, you can see. So let's go ahead and duplicate the idle state, or just create it if you want. Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and open up the roll script. The first thing I'm gonna do is replace these variables with these. We're going to have a roll speed, roll duration, stamina cost, iframe start, iframe end, roll timer, and roll direction. These two are basically the animation like start and end, and you'll notice that the animation itself is about 0.4, and that's kind of why these numbers are there. So the stamina cost is pretty obvious. This is the length of the duration of the animation, or realistically how long you want the duration of the roll to be. The roll speed is actually going to be pretty high. You'll notice it's a lot higher than like the run state, and that's because the roll should be one big push forward. It's not going to just be a walk, right? So let's go ahead and just change the can move to false, and we'll also change the animation to dodge, and we can go ahead and delete some of this code here. We'll leave the gravity, but inside of the enter is where we'll first reduce the stamina by the stamina cost. We'll get our roll timer equal to the roll duration, and then more importantly, we'll get the roll direction. We do this pretty easily by getting the input controller and getting the movement direction, right? We wrote this in a couple of parts ago, so this is a very good helper function that will help us here. This is just to help us make sure that if this is 0, if we're not really getting any input, for example, then we'll have the basic direction in front of the player. So this is actually kind of important because sometimes you as the player might press dodge, but there's no input, right? You're not pressing ASW. In some games, in some Souls-likes, they might actually dodge backwards, right? I think in Elden Ring, that's what they do. So if you're not pressing forward or backwards or right, left, the player will actually do a dodge backwards, which it's not even a roll. It's an actual dodge. So in this case, you would do negative basis. But in this case, it doesn't really matter. We only have one direction we're going to roll. We're not going to overcomplicate this dodge roll, but a recommendation to you guys, or a kind of a continuation of this course, is to pretty much do this same thing, but have all 4 directions. So most Souls-likes will have dodge forward, backwards, right, left, and this animation pack, I believe, has all 4 directions. So if you'd like to try setting it up, I do very much encourage it. And then of course, we'll just get the roll direction.y equal to 0, normalize it, and then we'll tell that the player is .invincible is false. Then inside of the physics update, we're going to go ahead and update the roll timer. We're going to update t, which is just roll duration minus the roll timer, and this is basically going to set our invincible frame equal to whatever the dodge itself is. So if we are within the frame start, but we're not less than the frame end, so in this case 0.45, then we're going to be invincible. So this is going to be a true or false. And possibly the most important part is the velocity itself. Now this is a very basic calculation. We're just getting the roll direction.x times the roll speed. And then the last part is to go back into the transition, into the idle state. Very easy. If we say the roll timer is less than or equal to 0, we'll set the invincible to false, and then we'll transition to idle. And that's it. No, of course, that's not it, because we need to go into our input controller and add something that will help us roll. We're going to add it right before or after the handle attack, just kind of in the handle stuff, right? So we're going to handle the roll now. So all we need to do is duplicate this. We'll rename this to roll. However, this time we're going to also add the attack in here, because we should be able to roll or dodge even if we're in the attack state. Now we don't need this part, so we can just go ahead and delete that. We just need to check if the Q input exists. If it does, we'll roll with a priority of 3. 3 is going to be the highest priority in most of our code. If you don't want it to be 3, right, of course, I really do encourage you guys to play around with this. Also, I just realized this should be 2, not 1. We want our attack to be priority of 2, although it doesn't matter too much. It's just which of these are we kind of prioritizing inside of the queue. So again, do play around with these. It is kind of your choice. It's your game. And then we'll scroll down a little bit to this part right here. We'll duplicate this right here. Say if we're in the roll, then we also want to check for attack. And if so, we'll transition to roll. And now the last part, which is probably the most important, is to actually have the input. So we need to actually check for the roll by just saying handle roll. We say handle roll. And obviously here we need to replace this with roll, and that should be good. So let's go ahead and save, close this, and make sure we add our roll state. That is not the roll state, probably because I didn't rename the state name. I did not. Let's go ahead and rename this class name there. Hopefully you caught my mistake there. And now we can add the roll state. Let's go ahead and press play. Okay, we did it. That was a very big boost. It looks big mainly because our world is pretty small right now. So let's actually just go ahead and increase that. I'm going to do that by just increasing the size of this. And then I'm going to delete the static floor and just create collision shape again. We're going to do static body. We're going to do single convex, and that should be good. It'll create exactly what we want. And now let's play again. And there we go. However, it seems like our roll direction is in the wrong way. Like if I'm pressing forward and I roll, I'm going backwards, which honestly could be something that you might want. But in this case, we're just going to reverse the polarity of this by going over here and just saying negative, and that will switch everything that we want. And that should work exactly the same. Well, exactly the same, but in the right direction. All right, there we go. Now, to be honest, the roll speed is pretty high, so we could probably decrease this by a little bit. Maybe to 15. That might be a little better. Yeah, there we go. I think 15 is a really good number there. And yeah, there we go.